cold ride. Alright, let's go over some jigging tactics. So now in the spring when the water's cold, what I like to do is like just a little 6-inch lift. Like you just pop it up 6 inches and you hold your rod tip vertical until you feel it hit bottom, and you do it again like this. Hit bottom. Hit bottom. Hit bottom. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to drag your jig. You don't want to drag it on the bottom. And you also don't want to cast out a long ways. You only want to pitch out, I don't know, 40 feet maybe at most, and do those little pops, because if not, what you're doing is every time you're doing that little quick little 6-inch snap, your jig is going horizontally and it's just dragging across the bottom when you've got to cast it out so far. And shorter distances, when you do a little 6-inch pop and you hold your rod tip up, it'll jump up 6 inches and then it'll glide back down to the bottom. 9 times out of 10 those fish are going to pick it up either off the bottom, they'll pin it to bottom, or they'll hit it as the bait's falling down. This is something today we're using shiners. You can use I like to use bee fishing tackles, Moxies and their pulsar paddle tails and things of that nature. Swim baits, lipless crankbaits, all those things are all things that will work in situations like this when the water is cold. Now as the water warms up and the fish get more active, then you can do bigger pops, like let's say a foot, or I think in the summer most of the time I'll do like 2-foot, little 2-foot hops. I see some fish on the side end, which will go over hither. Now generally you want to start out with a much lighter jig, you know, like maybe like right now we're in about 7 feet. I just had a bite, not paying attention. Generally we're like right now we're in about 7 feet, so like 10 feet or less. Generally I'll start out with an 1/8 ounce and then go from there to 3/8 to even a quarter sometimes. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to snap it and let the slack in your line. What that'll do is it'll cause your bait that when it pops up off the bottom, it just darts right back down. The reason you hold your rod tip up is so when it hops up, it glides back to bottom, and that's when you're gonna get, you know, even those real finicky fish will be much more apt to bite it as it's gliding down versus if it's just basically jumping up and down straight vertical. Alright, right now what I'm using right now is I've got a 1/4 ounce Northland Fireball jig with a shiner. I generally don't like to use shiners or live bait. I just have caught just as many, if not more, fish on plastics such as your Kalen's Jerk Juniors, bee fishing tackle, pulsar paddle tails, their Moxie, and walleye assassin swim bait, which we'll probably throw here in a little bit. But yeah, let's we're gonna move to a different spot. This one has not panned out, but we will I'm just gonna drive around, use my side imaging to find fish. Got a little 1/8 ounce pink and white jig head with a shiner. I'm just going to let it hit bottom, 6-inch hop, let it hit bottom. Look at that. Oh no! See, like that one, he hit it on the way down, and as soon as I picked it up, he was there. Go with a little smaller shiner this time. If we get another one of those, I think it'd be time to put a stinger hook on. Probably should be doing that already, but we're in about 9 feet of water. I'm pitching into about 5-6 feet. Little rock gravel mixture, little hump out here. Okay. Now, this is another tactic. This is another tactic that I find that works really, really good all year round. And is I'll take this as a 1/4 ounce jig head and walleye assassin swim bait. Now what I'll do is I will pitch it out. Let it hit bottom. I'll just give it one quick little rip to get it up off bottom, and then I do a slow retrieve. Really, really slow. And this swim bait in particular does really, really well. When it's, the slower it moves, the better, the more action it has. And this swim bait really is one of my all-time confidence baits. It really catches me a lot of fish. Make a few casts with it, and this is another one where you can pitch it out there and do your 6-inch lifts. You pop it up 6 inches and let it drift down to bottom like that. Just like that. That's a feels like a better fish. It's got bigger head shakes. That's what I mean. I love this bait. I have so much confidence with it. This is probably a upper teens fish, maybe. Calm down there, little buddy. A 17-inch fish. Oh, he's milking like mad. It's a good deal. Get a picture with him and put him in the old live well. And like I said, with braid, that's what I use. This is a 7-foot Fenwick HMX medium fast action, I should say. And I got Bushido braid on. Like I said, you'll definitely feel that bait hit the bottom. To me, I don't think there's any better setup than this. Either medium, or my other one's a 6.5-foot Fenwick HMG medium light. Both are really good rods for pitching jigs. I'd say here in the next hour things ought to really be picking up. Doesn't that look tasty? Little guy. Oh no. Popped off. Yeah, I definitely think we need stinger hooks. I don't know if I have any. To be honest, I've never really had to use stinger hooks before. I don't think ever. Not even on the river or nothing. So this is a whole new experience for me. The treble hook I have on here is kind of small, so I'm not so sure if that'll really hurt me or help me really. But it is either big crankbait treble or a jig and wrap treble, so. There we go. Just a little guy, it feels like. He's getting a little bigger. I say the stinger hook paid off. Oh, he didn't need it though. He took the front one. Looky there. Boy, my boat's a mess. It's been a cluster trying to figure out what these fish have wanted today. $14.5. Another male. This guy's a little mangled, but I don't have a ton of them left, but let's see if I can try to catch a fish on that thing. Mangled mess. So as I said before, this is a 6'6" medium light HMG Fenwick rod, spooled with 10-pound Bushido braid and 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. This one I do have a barrel swivel on instead of the uni to uni knot. This is technically the rod I like to fish jig and wraps with. Killing them. In you go. Put the stinger hook on and I don't even need it. I think he's gonna be a little small, but we'll measure him anyway. Quat, quat. Yeah, he's a little small. He's only 13.5. Grow big, little buddy. Fish on. Open. I think he's gonna be too small as well. $14.25. What's up? We're back home. Got the old Lund unloaded. Got batteries charging, things going on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys gained something out of it. It's probably one of my favorite ways to fish walleyes in the spring, and it can be super deadly. For the most part, I felt like it went really well, and I hope you guys were able to take something out of the video and put it to good use and get some good information out of it. Water temps are climbing like mad. I really feel in about another week fish will be on post spawn. I feel like we're going to get out here in the next few days and target some walleyes with plastics more so than live bait, and maybe we'll do an informational trolling video. Guys, comment down below if there's something you guys would like to see, and I'll do my best. If nothing else, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And get out there and do some fishing. Peace.